Our next session is called Bhasha to Deva Bhasha, Voices of the People, Language of the Gods, by Dr. Rajalakshmi ji and Miss Vadani from Kalari Gram. Please come on the stage and let me introduce to you Dr. Rajalakshmi ji. Dr. Rajalakshmi Srinivasan ji is the former chairperson of the famous Sanskrit Research Institute, Purna Pragnya Samshodhana Mandiram, Bangalore. She has given more than 200 Kathakalakshebhams in different parts of India and the world. She is one of India's most eminent and renowned women scholars of Sanskrit literature, Vyakarana, Vedanta, linguistics, and translation, and a well-known exponent of Kathakalakshebham, and has translated the Tamil historical novel Punniyin Selvan into Sanskrit. Another milestone is her translations of the Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji's Gujarati poems into Sanskrit and Tamil. Welcome, ma'am. So over to you and Vadani ji.
Namaskaram, everyone. Before we start today's session, she is someone, I just spent maybe an hour or two with her today, just hearing her speak about her life experience, about the stories that she has translated, listened, how she grew up as a child, how was her life. I just spent a few hours with her, and I have been given this bio of hers, but more than these 2-3 pages of what I read, what inspired me the most is how she has spent her entire life with stories, with language, with words, to have been surrounded by a life of imagination, a life of creativity, all these years. And that is something that stays with you and changes you as a person. For example, I have a tenant who lives with me. He's a little boy, very hyperactive, a lot of energy, but doesn't have a way to channel it, right? So looking at him, I've always felt if only he had a way to channel this energy, it could grow into something. But when I heard her speak, it was so organically, her life was designed probably by Divine's grace, that she didn't have to make an effort. Her life and her life around was already designed in such a way that certain things happened to her by grace and was given to her by the Divine. And I feel her life, with stories, with language, and with words, she was destined to do. Namaskaram to you.
Namaskaram to all of you. Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha. As she was telling, so many things were there. I agree. But I am 80 plus, 80 years. Maybe 8 years, childhood must have gone. Other 70 years, I have been with the Sanskrit and Tamil, studying and giving stories, narrating stories, collecting stories, and taking care of so many children in the school or college or this thing. So I don't know after these 3 generations what I am going to give you people, these small children, when I see. Whether it will be relevant, whatever I say will be relevant for you or not, I don't know. But what I have studied and I collected from Tamil language and Sanskrit, it is forever. Even after 5 generations of also, if you read the Ramayana, you will get the same energy, you will get the same understanding, you will learn it from them, what we learned today or what they learned when Valmiki was there. And so these are all, as the Ruskin says, the books forever. Ramayanam is for any time, after 50 years, after 500 years, you read it also, because it is giving human touch. So human will be, values are always same. So that will be relevant for any time. So I thought, let me also speak something, to share something with you in this session.
So Amma, I wanted to ask you, you mentioned that as a child, it was not like you learnt Sanskrit only in school. You said you were surrounded by it. Can you tell us a little bit more of how your life was as a child?
From the childhood, normally all of us will say we have one mother tongue. That is our own Tamil or Hindi or Marathi or Gujarati. But for me, I always used to say I have two mother tongues. One is Tamil, another one is Sanskrit. Because from the childhood, there are so many slokas in the house, Sanskrit will be going on. It may not be in the Sambhashana, conversation, but it is always in our, that's why it is our blood is full of Sanskrit only. And with that, Tamil is also there. So both the things, I think, I have two mother tongue, that is Sanskrit and Tamil. One is spoken language, another one is understanding and leading life. Whatever values we need, we get from this. Both are giving good values. In that, nothing wrong in that one. But in Sanskrit, as I was learning and following and always thinking about that one, that will be my greatest achievement, I think. All other things are different. Maybe music, dance, so many arts, painting, so many things are there. Everything comes in the Sanskrit, this thing. Whatever I learned, whatever I digested, I think it is good for all of you. That's why I thought, let me also share something what I have got in my life in these 80 years. That's.
So she was telling me that every day at home, they'd have a Sanskrit teacher, an acharya, who would come home and he would just regularly, on a regular basis, just take classes, say stories. And it's not like they have a particular structure that they follow all the time. Let's say there's another guest to the house, he'll also be pulled into the class. If there's another 3-4 children, they will also be pulled into the schedule of 1 month Sanskrit classes for you all. So as I was hearing this, she also told me that Sanskrit grew with her and she took up literature. So she has done her BA, MA, MPhil and PhD in Sanskrit, where her PhD thesis was actually a comparative study of the nominal, I don't know if it's called words, but basically the joining sentence words, how you join two nouns, and a comparative study of that in Tamil and in Sanskrit. So I think she is the right person to be here today to talk about how it is different or similar in many ways. So in your experience, Amma, in your thesis and your study, what do you think is similar and different when you are working with Tamil and Sanskrit?
As I told you, Tamil was my mother tongue. So in the house, whatever they talk, we got hold of those, carried those words, and then we did. But afterwards, we read so many literatures like Chalapadihara, Manimegale, and then Siddha Padals and all. So all these things are in, whatever is there in Sanskrit, everything is in Tamil. Why they want to separate it as Tamil is different from Sanskrit? All the words in Tamil, what we use, is almost derived from Sanskrit only. Even not only in Tamil, Kannada, Telugu, Malayalam, Marathi, even in Bengali you see, because I attended one as a seminar in Calcutta, Sahitya Academy conducted it, in that our mother tongue with Sanskrit. What is the connection, or how you see both the language together? In that when I read, I gave the Tamil words. The audience were not Tamils at all from all other languages and Sanskrit also. And somebody asked me, why you are telling all these things, Tamil words, how they will understand. But when I asked them, everybody understood. The word, basic word is everywhere, it is same. As in the morning he told Karunanidhi, Udayanidhi, everything is there. All is Sanskrit words only. But when we say you learn Sanskrit, they will say, oh, it is very difficult. But we are using it. Sometimes we take so many things, we do many things without our own knowing it, how we do it. But when we ask them to do that one, they will feel as though they are very difficult. Left to myself, Sanskrit is the easiest language to learn. Because always we have this, in our conversation now itself, so many Sanskrit words are mixed in that one. But when we say you learn Sanskrit, then they will say, oh, it is very difficult, we can't do it. It is not that. So without telling, it is in our blood. All of them, whether he is a Tamilian, a foreigner, whoever it may be. My very close friend, Mr. Dr. Satyavrata Sastri, he was in Thailand university for 3-4 years, and he made Thailand Ramayana also. There, the road name, the shop's name are also in Sanskrit. So Sanskrit is spread everywhere. But we don't analyze that one and understand it is also easy language. We think if we talk, then it is an easy language, it is a living language, it is a very good language and all. It is not that for all languages, it is the source. So when we learn this one, we can understand anything. To give you a small incident, I will tell you. Many of you may not be knowing, it is a very old Sankarabharanam. We had a Telugu cinema. In that, so many dialogues were pure Telugu. So, when they asked me, we also had this thing in the TV. I saw that Sankarabharanam cinema. And fortunately or unfortunately, at that time I went to a Telugu friend's house, and that man, they immediately asked you, what madam, how you will understand? It is fully very literary Telugu, how you will understand the meaning and all. I told him, I don't know whether it is Telugu or this thing, I understood completely. And he told, what is the word meaning of Chitta Adrikaranam? I told, this is Sanskrit language, Chitta Adrikaranatvam. So, like that, when you take the literary words in each and every language, it is from Sanskrit only. Not that I know Sanskrit, I want to spread Sanskrit, that's why I am telling. That's not the case. You yourself can see all the names, as in the morning they told you, the meaning of the word. Each and every word has a meaning, and that is derived from Sanskrit. But we don't know that. So we think it is a very difficult language, very difficult to understand. Always, whenever it is available everywhere, we feel we don't give any respect. We want to get away from that one. That is the plight of Sanskrit, I think. Everywhere it is there. If you want to know, in Gita, a 7 or 8 year old child, even if in that age, if you say 1 or 2 Sanskrit, the popular Gita slokas, we have not taught them. They are not interested in Gita, but they know that stanza. So, from the childhood, if we go on, give them some slokas, that is our culture. It is not that, and again, the language makes you understand who you are. All other languages gives you outside knowledge. But somebody told me, don't see the YouTube, you see iTube. So inside, if you want to see who are you, what power you have, how do you achieve things, you should know who you are. Without knowing, you can't give lectures or this thing, do anything. That confidence in who you are, what is the courage you have, what is the strength you have, what is the weakness you have, then you will understand what is world really, and you understand the world also, and yourself also, and others also. As the Upanishad says, with that knowledge, you come to know of everything. There is no other knowledge is there which you don't know if you understand yourself. These are all for young children. If you say, it may be difficult to digest or understand. But unknowingly, that's why we make them memorize everything. When you memorize everything, after a certain this thing, you will understand according to your life's pattern, according to your experience, you come to know the meaning of that one. That's why the difference is there. Otherwise, all the Upanishad words or all the slokas give the same thing, which is good for the human values. So if it is there, there is no need for any politician or anybody to master us and all. Everybody will be having their own control. That the Sanskrit language only can give, that I will see. Because I have read Hindi. Hindi also is like Sanskrit only. Other languages, whatever has come, this only it is based on. Ramayana, we say so many languages, we have thousands of Ramayana. Marathi, they say 108 versions are there. Bengali, they have so many. But all these things are Mula is, now I am not telling this one, I am not telling somebody is telling and all. The poet itself has done according following Valmiki, the original one, we are also writing. Even in the Thai Ramayana, he says, Rama, even today, their kings are called Rama the 5, Rama the 6, Rama the 7, like that. And that Thai Ramayana, Rama Kirti Mahakavya, it's the name. And in that he says, I follow only Valmiki's version. And from that taken, according to their understanding, their environment, whatever is needed, they give importance to that one and they write this thing. So what I think is, this Sanskrit is forcibly or by nature itself, it is in our blood. Human language it is, I can say. It is not something to understand and get. But when you want to have the Vyakarana, the grammatical approach, and then different sciences, then it is okay. Somebody asked me also, computer, when it started, oh, what you are going to do with your Sanskrit knowledge, what it will do. But the computer has told that Sanskrit is the main language. The link language is Sanskrit. So they wanted to know the Panini's rules and all coming in the Sanskrit. Now AI has come. AI also Sanskrit is leading everybody. And they have asked me also to do something in AI. We want to have all these things and all. But it is not easy to make it. We have to apply the rules and the words, meanings and words, and then when it works, we have to develop it. Then it will be very useful. I don't think any other language has. And when I was, maybe it is 20 years back, it may be, when I started my PhD thesis, I did it with a Tamil and Sanskrit comparison about nominal compounds. What is a compound? In both and Sanskrit, when you see both are same these things, rules are applicable to both the languages. They have some case deletion, some word deletion, some verb deletion, and then they have the main word. And then the Samastapada is giving the same meaning how it gives in Sanskrit also. At that time, they told what is the grammar. When the computer came, they wanted to make it read or develop Sanskrit, develop sentences from other languages. They want to have the grammar means only Panini grammar was complete. So what they wanted, English language also, they wanted to make it like Panini's grammar. That's what I want to know. How much they have succeeded, I don't know. After that, I have not in touch with them. So what I want to say is, Sanskrit is complete. All for secular or sacred, any language, any knowledge if you want, you get in Sanskrit. And both also somewhere you get in the same line. You get secular knowledge also, sacred knowledge also, like Ramayana. Ramayana, when you read, you will get whatever you want in the worldly life. That is secular, this thing is also there. At the same time, Ramanama itself is sacred. You get sacred knowledge also. So Sanskrit, I think, is there. Don't think I am emphasizing this one because I know Sanskrit, I have studied. I did Hindi also. Now I am reading Gujarati also. English, as you know, we are from the childhood, we are brought up in English language also. So, don't think that Sanskrit is something different from all these languages, and it is very difficult to learn. It is the easiest language. Even if I say you within 2 months or 3 months, you can get a not as vocabulary or this thing. That is also now Samskrita Bharati is giving so much training. You can speak in Sanskrit. But we don't need any language to speak now. So many languages are there. Our scripture is so many pokushan we have. So that things we have to see, and we have to understand those things, Ayurveda or Chitrakala or science, whatever it may be. Even computers, I think, if you know the other, whatever, these things we are not yet developed. If we see, it may be coming. It is only a calculation, computer also. Not that something from Mecca or Medina it has come. It is also a way of computing this thing. That also we may get, but we have not tried. So many these things are there. Still we have to discover, see and bring to light. If we do that one, even that also will be available in Sanskrit, and there is no scope for not getting from Sanskrit anything. That is not there, I think. So it is a very beautiful language also. I will give you a small. How many of you know Bharatiya's Saraswati Vandana? Children, do you know any of you? வெள்ளை தாமரை பூவில் இருப்பாள் வீணை செய்யும் ஒலியில் இருப்பாள். How many of you know? I have translated into Sanskrit. I will. வெள்ளை தாமரை பூவில் இருப்பாள் வீணை செய்யும் ஒலியில் இருப்பாள் சுப்ரகமல குசும நிவாசினி சுமதுர வீணா ரவோல்லாசினி கொள்ளை இன்பம் குலவு கவிதை கூறும் பாவல உள்ள திரு பாழ் வெள்ளை தாமரே. ಅತ್ಯಂತಾನಂದಪ್ರದ ರಮಣೀಯ ಪದಕರ ಕವಿವರ ಹೃದಯ ಕಮಲ ನಿವಾಸಿನಿ ಶುಭ್ರ ಕಮಲ ಕುಸುಮ நிவாசினி உள்ளதாம் பொருள் தேடி உணர்ந்தே ஓதும் வேதத்தின் உள் நின்று ஒளிர்வாள் நித்யவஸ்து ஞானார்த்த பிரத வேதவச்சன அந்த பாசமா சுப்ர கமல உள்ளத கள்ளமற்ற முனிவர்கள் கூறும் கருணை வாசகத்து பொருளாவாள் அனகமுனி ஜன ஜல்பித காருண்ய வச்சன கூட தத்வார்த்த. Like that, it will be very, both are almost, even when I sing in, when I recite in Sanskrit also, you can understand the meaning. That's why I gave you this one. Like that, this, in Ponniyin Selvan, he says about the Ponnar Meniyane, that one character, he always is a Shiva Bhakta doing this thing. And the Ponnar Meniyane, so I kept the book there. So like that, if we do little translation with that one, we can spread Sanskrit also very nicely. Simple words. In that also, whatever I read, Shubhra Kamala Kusuma Nivasini. Like that, if we say that Kunna Vellai Tamarai Puvil Irupal. So we can understand Sanskrit also. At the same time, we can enjoy the beauty of the language also. That's what I mean.
So, I was not, when I went to school, I actually didn't have Sanskrit as, one of the languages that I can choose to study. So yes, I think it's unfortunate, but I feel, let's say, if we don't have the opportunity to study as a curriculum, as part of the curriculum, I think maybe at least if you're engaged in music and dance, naturally Sanskrit becomes a part of your understanding in ways you don't even think, where you have to actually pick and learn and understand the meaning. Just with your experience of just learning music pieces or dance pieces, Sanskrit becomes a part of your language. So if parents are here and if you want to introduce your children to Sanskrit, and if it's not going to be like where you send them to tuition, because not all schools today have Sanskrit as one of their languages, probably introducing them to music, dance would be a first step. And through her music, this is what I feel. So maybe we should consider that as well. So while I was speaking to her today, she was saying, Ponniyin Selvan. Ponniyin Selvan is a 10th century novel that was written by Kalki Krishnamurti. Very, very popular among the Tamil literature. And she made an effort. Actually, it has 5 volumes. Like, it's a really big, comprehensive novel. And she has taken an effort to translate that to Sanskrit. It's a classical Tamil literature. And she has made an effort to translate that to Sanskrit, not just by translating it to English and then to Sanskrit, but a direct translation from Tamil to Sanskrit. So before we hear her experience of how she did that, I'm seeing all these kids yawning and scratching and painting. So I'm going to call them on stage to do something small with them, and then we'll continue with her experience of Ponniyin Selvan. So, என்ன பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கே நீனு? வரைஞ்சிட்டு இருக்கியா? ஓகே, பொன்னியின் செல்வன் பற்றி உனக்கு தெரியுமா? பொன்னியின் செல்வன் படம் பார்த்துருக்கியா? யாராவது பொன்னியின் செல்வன் படம் பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா இங்கே? நீ பார்த்துருக்கியா? யா? பொன்னியின் செல்வனில் வர சில கேரக்டர்ஸ் பற்றி உனக்கு தெரியுமா? யாராவது ஞாபகம் இருக்காங்களா? எந்தெந்த ஹீரோலாம் நடிச்சிருக்காங்க அந்த படத்தில்? அடப்பாவி. கார்த்தி, ரைட்? த்ரிஷா, கரெக்ட். அப்புறம் கரெக்ட். யாரு? ஜெயம் ரவி, எஸ். அப்புறம் தெரியும்ல உங்களுக்கு? அழகா ஒருத்தவங்க, ஐஸ்வர்யா ராய், கரெக்ட். அப்புறம் பள்ளத்தாக்கா? ஓ ஓ அழகான்னு சொன்னோடனே அவ சொல்கிறான். ஒருத்தவங்க கடலில் இல்லை. ஸோ இவங்களுடைய பேர்லாம் உங்களுக்கு தெரியுமா? ஹீரோ பேர் ஓகே, பட் கார்த்தி என்னவா நடித்தாங்கன்னு தெரியுமா? வந்தியத்தேவன், எஸ். த்ரிஷா? ராணி. அவங்க பேர் ஞாபகம் இருக்கா? குந்தவை, எஸ். பின்ன விக்ரம் என்னவா நடித்தாங்க? விக்ரம் கரிகாலன், ஆதித்ய கரிகாலன் இல்லை. பின்ன ஐஸ்வர்யா ராய் என்னவா நடித்தாங்க? அவங்களுடைய கரெக்ட். அவங்க பேர் என்ன ஞாபகம் இருக்கா? நந்தினி. ஸோ இதில் ராஜாவை நடித்தது ஜெயம் ரவி. ஜெயம் ரவியோட கேரக்டர் பேர் ஞாபகம் இருக்கா? யானையில் போவாங்க. அருள்மொழிவர்மன். கரெக்ட். ஸோ நீங்கள் வா, ஏன் வா, இங்கே வா. ஓகே. ஸோ இப்போ நீ தான் அந்த ராஜா. இங்கே ராஜா மாதிரி இப்படி நடந்துட்டு வா பார்ப்போம். வெரி குட், வெரி குட். இதுக்கு முன்னாடி இங்கே களரி பண்ணி காமிச்சிங்க இல்லையா? ஸோ களரி ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணுறவங்களாம் யார்? அவங்கள என்னென்னு கூப்பிடுவாங்க? வீரர்கள். கரெக்ட். இங்கிலீஷில்? ஓகே, சோல்ஜர்ஸ், வாரியர்ஸ். சான்ஸ்கிரிட்டில் தெரியுமா? அங்கே கிட்ட கேட்குறீங்களா?
வீரர். சோல்ஜர்ஸ் வீரர்.
யா, வீரன். வீரஹா, எஸ். ஸோ அந்த இது எங்களுக்கு கொஞ்சம்
சேம் திங் இன் தமிழ் வி சே வீரன்.
கரெக்ட்.
Viran is Veera in Sanskrit. Mahaviraha means he is a great warrior.
மகாவீரன். எங்களுக்கு இப்போ அந்த மாதிரி எல்லாருக்கும் பண்ணி காமிக்க முடியா? நீங்கள் ஒரு களரி பாயிட்டு சீக்வன்ஸ் இங்கே பண்ணீங்க இல்லையா? யாராவது 2 பேர் இல்லை 3 பேர் இங்கே கம். இவங்க கூட இன்னும் யாராவது ஒருத்தவங்க?
வரீங்களா?
அப்போ மூவ்மெண்ட்ஸ் மட்டும் இல்லை, இப்போ ராஜா மாதிரி நடந்தீங்க, வீரன் மாதிரி பண்ணீங்கல்ல, அந்த மாதிரி ஆட்டிடியூடோட பண்ணணும். ஓகே ஓகே. இவன் பண்ணுவான்னு நினைக்கிறேன். பண்ணணும். ரெடி? ஓகே, ஸ்டார்ட். Thank you.
Very good.
So Ponniyin Selvan is something that every Tamil household, the mothers, the fathers, the children, because of the movie now, all of us have some idea about it. It's a very comprehensive novel, and like I said, she has translated that comprehensive novel to Sanskrit. I just wanted to hear from you, Amma, of your experience translating such a huge comprehensive novel. Was there any words that was difficult to translate? A particular Tamil word which is probably, very, probably comes from a very classical Tamil literature. Was there any particular word that was difficult to translate? Or in general, your experience of how you had to translate 5 volumes of it, and and your journey through that process.
Translation is not in one way. We have different kinds. One is literal language. You take the sentence, make it with the word by word meaning. Another one is you read a paragraph, the gist of it you give. Another maybe the whole chapter you read, and whatever comes you can give also. In that, if we say some places we have to give word by word meaning, then only the kada, the story will be the context, and then people will understand. Some places we have to curtail the description, otherwise it will be more boring and this thing. But in Kalki's description, there is no boring word at all. He is so good in writing in flowing Tamil, and I enjoyed it. Though I want to make it a smaller one, I am not able to curtail this thing, and it went off very well. And I never expected that I will finish it. So first what I did was, before starting something, we should get some confidence. Children also, whenever you want to do something, our main thing is we should get that confidence in our mind. Oh, I can do this one. I will do it definitely. Even though time is not there, so many other activities are there. If we want to do that one, we will do it definitely. That for that we need that confidence and this thing. So what I did was, I did a few Kalki's short stories, and then few Bharatiyar's stories also. And then I sent it to Sanskrit division, asked them to go through it, and they published it. When they published, I had the confidence that I can do it. Because Kalki's style of writing is very high style, I will say. Even the normal Tamil people, they will say, oh, how you will understand long sentences with the long descriptions and all. So, Tirivi Kalyanam Sundanar, Kalki, their languages, so now we can't see such writers at all. Before that and all, this Kale Magal, Kalki, Kaveri, Amritasarabhi, Deepavali Malar will come. In that we get such writings. But nowadays, it is very difficult to get such a Tamil language at all. Everything has been come to very liquidized and very easy to understand. Long words will not be there. Even if I write something nowadays, they say you are writing long sentence. Make it into small, cut it into small words. Some small sentence means the impact goes. How they write, that we have to give, that effect means we have to give that type of samasa words or this thing. That first I found little difficult, but when I start writing 2 or 3 chapters after that one, I don't know whether it is my knowledge or my courage or my interest, it goes on. I go on writing, and then I gave it to somebody. To tell you very frankly, a Nepali man who is in Sanskrit, he came to my house and I asked him to go through this thing and see. So when he started, 5 volumes, how I will come and do. But when he started with the first chapter, second chapter, first day he did some 10 chapters. Then he told, I can't leave it. The story is so interesting. He is not aware of our South Indian culture or anything. But he told this novel is very good novel. Theme is also good. My Sanskrit is also good, appropriate for that. So then only I gave it for publishing. So Department of Cultural Department also came and honored my this thing. They gave scholarship, and I did it in 2.5 years. After that 10 years, I again reviewed it. I read his Ponniyin Selvan. This another very beautiful anecdote of this Ponniyin Selvan is, when I was studying in school, I was in 8th or 9th or 10th, it came for 5 years. It is a serial. And when the Thursday comes, nobody will do their homework or for even reading for test also. They will be at the shops where they will collect this thing and then read it. And then they will not stop with that one. Next day, Friday also, there won't be any class. Everybody will consult about this Kundavai or Ponniyin Selvan or Karigalan, whatever they have come. So that this thing was very, we are not allowed to read such novels at all in my house. My father is very strict. He will say, don't read, because they thought once we start reading means this thing will go on reading stories only. But in the school, they all discussed these things. That was in my mind fresh. So when I read that Ponniyin Selvan twice or thrice, I got the confidence that I can write that one. And my Sanskrit was also, they always used to give translation. And then the Naishadam, what we call as Vidvat Aushadam. Even for a Vidwan, Naishadam is a Aushadam. It is not an easy thing. Kalidasas, we say Drakshapakam. You can read, just put and read, you can understand Kalidasa. But after that, whoever came, that easy understanding simple language has gone. They started giving new vocabulary and then new use, so that this will become very difficult one. In that Bana, Kadambari, you can see Kadambari, in that if we want to see means we should have a dictionary for that one. The vocabularies are so many, new vocabulary, like that the Naishadam also. It has become so how much the authors are having knowledge. All the knowledge was put into that one, either with comparison or with give some discipline and something it will come. So you have to be very this thing, but Kalidasa is very simple. You can read it, and so many upamas, upama Kalidasasya we say. So upamas are so apt. When you read it, you can, I will give you a small story. There is a Aja Indumati story is there. How many of you have heard about Indumati marriage? Dasaratha's father was Aja. When he had that, Indumati had that Swayamvara, Aja and all the, in those days, Swayamvara will be, all the Rajakumaras will come to get the girl. But when she came with the garland to them, everyone, they will say she will cross this Rajakumara. Then he thought next day she will put the hot garland on me. I will get her. So then she will go to the next one. What was bright become, his face became light without any brightness. So he used a beautiful upama, Deepasikeva. As you take the torch or Deepasika, when you take, it will everything will be seen bright. When you cross that one, again it will be dark. So like that, up to upamas, Kalidasa, how he gets those ideas, we don't know. For that, at least we have to give children Kalidasa's ideas and all. And one more thing here I want to say. Once when I was giving like this one interview, somebody asked me, what you got out of Sanskrit? They are taking, when you do some computer course, you got this job, that job, you discovered this, you got this merit, this award and all. By Sanskrit studying, what you got? I told him I got how to lead a life. Because Kalidasa is so famous, when he gave these ideas, he used to give what is relevant for the life to lead. Even in Bana Bhatta, who was called as a Sringara, most of the Sanskrit literatures are Sringara, love-based only. But it was in a limited and very, what you will say, according to the dharma, they did this thing. How we know this one is, even in Dushyanta, all of you know this story, that's why I am taking Kalidasa's Dushyanta and Sakuntala. When he went there, he got this thing, then he forgot who she was. She came and requested, I am this one and all these things, because of the curse. Kalidasa made it a curse-based one. So because of this curse, he is not able to remember her. He did. At that time, what is it? Dharatyami bhavatyago nahosvit parastri sparsha pandulaha. Though it was a very critical situation, he is not able to make out who she was, whether he is not very sure that she has not married her. But at the same time, he is not able to accept her because she is apanasatva, she is pregnant. Another man's wife he can't take, he is a king. So in that critical situation also, he says which one is less sin, accepting one's own other's wife or leaving his own wife. So like that, the mind was very balanced. Adhe madri in Bana also, we have two, this thing, one is, what is her name? Kadambari and Chandrapida. Another one is Mahasweta and Pundarika. Mahasweta and Pundarika was in the river doing, he is a yeti, sannyasi. And she goes there with her mother, what is her name? Maheshwari. So when he went there, they both fell in love. We may think, what is this? On the first stage itself, she got it. That is there in Sanskrit. I don't say it is not there. But at the same time, when she came back, she lost her memory, all these things. She was brooding over that Pundarika only. So Mahasweta is her name. She was brooding over that one. He is not able to sleep. He is not able to talk with her friends. She is not able to do anything. She became, there also one beautiful description is there. In that Viraha, we have 10 Dasama stage, what we call. 10 stages are the 10th one is death. Normally we don't have this death and all in the this thing. So comedy we wanted to have. So no Kavi has written about that Dasama stage. But Bana did that one. But at the time also, in that this thing, she was not knowing where she is and what is her mother's this thing. She thinks about the Pundarika's friend came and told he is in deathbed. He is going to die. She is waiting for you. At that time also, critical, you can understand how the mind was at that time. It was not under his control at all. But at that time also she told, if I go, leaving the palace, what will be the effect of my family and my this thing? And if I stay here itself, what will happen? Only the boy will die. So this type of analyzing this, they never lost their mind at all at any time. Any story, any literature you take in Sanskrit, everything is in whatever we see in life, all descriptions are coming. But my mind was always in balance in this thing. So that gave us, I told him, that gave me this thing, that whatever is there, we should have balanced mind. That great this thing, how much you give advice also, how much you give also will not be there. When you read the stories again and again, it is imbibed in you and it gives you courage to face life and lead a worthful life. That's what in this Sanskrit I can say this one. Why it has started and gone somewhere.
She's saying she started somewhere and gone somewhere.
Because when I start talking about Kalidasa or Bana, I lose myself. They are so great, and when you read, then only you can understand. Now you think that what is madam is giving lecture and all. But when you read it, it touches your heart so well, especially Kalidasa, this Bana, and then Dandi. All these people are so descriptive and then don't touchy. You won't leave it at all. When you take the book, you have to finish that one, brood over it, and then you understand it. Then it comes in every story, every poet is giving, emphasizing that only, what is good for the life leading. That's what we need. Our education is only to how live in this world peacefully. That gives in Sanskrit, any literature you take, it is the idea emphasized in that literature. So I think everybody has to lead. Whether you have a curriculum or not, that is different thing. That is not in our hand. But you read Kalidasa and this thing, that your character is built and you will understand what is life and how you have to lead a life. So that's what that person asked me. What do you know? All these things you are talking, what you got out of reading Sanskrit. I told him these are the things that made me understand what is life, and whatever is there, we have balance of mind. That is what needed. That is the education, real education, that is given in Sanskrit. What do you think, sir? Araji? I am not giving a big lecture, but what is your experience? What do you say? Very homely, this thing, that's why I can't.
கிட்டத்தட்ட 25 வருஷமாக அம்மாவை தெரியும் எனக்கு. அண்ணா ஆதர்ஷ் காலேஜ்னு ஒரு காலேஜ் இருந்தது, அதில் ப்ரொஃபஸராக இருந்தா. ஒரு கொஸ்டின் இருந்தது, இந்த பொன்னியின் செல்வங்கிறது ரொம்ப ஹியூஜ் வால்யூம், லெங்தி ஸ்டோரி, அது எப்படி டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணேன்? அதுக்கு அவங்களுடைய அனுபவம் என்னங்கிறத கிட்டத்தட்ட நான் 2000 அதுக்கு முன்னாடி சாட்டர்டே சண்டே தான் வீட்டுக்கு போவேன். கிட்டத்தட்ட 1 மணி நேரம் 2 மணி நேரம் பேசிகிட்டு இருப்போம். அப்போது அவங்களுடைய அனுபவங்களை நிறையா சொல்லியிருக்கா. பால்ய காலத்தில் சான்ஸ்கிரிட் டீச்சர் வந்து சொல்லிக் கொடுக்கறதுங்கிறது ஒன்று, மியூசிக் டெய்லி பாராயணங்கள் இருக்கும், ராமாயண பாராயணம், பகவத்கீதா பாராயணம், பாகவத பாராயணம், அதே மாதிரி ஆண்டாள் திருப்பாவை, அதே மாதிரி மாணிக்கவாசகருடைய திருவம்பாவை. ஏன்னா இப்போ மார்கழி மாதம்னா இது மாதிரியான வஜனெலாம் இருக்கும். அதனால தான் கதா காலக்ஷேபம் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறோம் இல்லையா. பொதுவாக காலக்ஷேபம்னு சொன்னால் டைம் பாஸிங்னு நினச்சிட்டு இருக்கோம். கதைகள் மூலமாக நம்மளுடையதான சம்ஸ்கிருதிகள் அதை டெவலப் பண்ணியிருக்கா. அதுலேயே என்னென்ன வரும், ஸ்டோரிஸ் மட்டும் வருதுங்கிறது இல்லை, சங்கீதம், அதுக்கப்புறம் சம்ஸ்கிருதம், தமிழ். ஸோ லாங்குவேஜஸ் இருக்கு. அந்த லாங்குவேஜஸில் வேரியஸ் பிரகாரத்தில் பண்ணுறா. ஸோ பால்ய காலத்தில் ஸ்லோகங்கள் வாசித்தது அதிகமாக சொல்கிறது வந்து ராமாயணத்தை பற்றி. ஏன்னா ராமாயண பாராயணம் இருந்துகிட்டே இருக்கும். இப்போ இவாளுக்கு வந்து டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணுறதுல கஷ்டம் இல்லாததுக்கு காரணம் என்ன, வெக்காபுலரி இருக்கு, சப்த ஞானம். அது நிறையா பதங்கள் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ராமாயணத்திலே இருக்கும். அடுத்தது பொன்னியின் செல்வன் பண்ணுறதுக்கு முன்னாடி இந்த தினமலர் அது மாதிரியானதில் ஆன்மீக மலர்னு வரும். அதில் சின்ன சின்ன குழந்தைகளுக்கான ஸ்டோரிஸ் வரும். அம்மா உட்கார்ந்துட்டு இருக்கும்போது என்ன பண்ணுவான்னா அந்த ஸ்டோரிஸ் எல்லாம் டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணிட்டு இருப்பா. அது மாதிரி குழந்தைகளுக்கான ஸ்டோரிஸ்லாம் நிறையா எழுதியிருக்கா. அதனால ஸ்டோரிஸை எழுதுறதுக்கான அந்த ஒரு நல்ல ஒரு அபியாசம். அதனால சிறு துளி பெருவெள்ளம் தானே. அதனால சின்ன சின்ன ஸ்டோரிஸை எழுதி எழுதி ஒரு அனுபவம் இருந்ததுனால அந்த பொன்னியின் செல்வன்கிறதான ஒரு ஸ்டோரி முன்னாடிலாம், இப்போதான் புக்காக ஃபுல் தான் வந்திருக்கு. ஆனால் முன்னாடிலாம் அம்மாவே அவளுடையதான எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸை சொன்னா, வாரம் வரும் கல்கியில். அந்த அந்த புக்கு கிடைக்குமாங்கிறதுக்கு தான் ஓடி போய் முதல்ல வாங்கி ஆகணும். ஏன்னா ரொம்ப லிமிட்டட் காப்பீஸ் தான் கிடைக்கும். அது மட்டும் இல்லை, வாங்கின உடனே சுட சுட படிச்சாகணும். இல்லைன்னா போன வாரம் இதோடைய விட்டாரே, அடியாருக்கு அடியார் என்ன சொன்னா, தாசானு தாசன் அப்படிங்கிறோம், சகஜமாக நம்ம பேசுகிறோம். தமிழை எவ்வளோ சகஜமாக அடியாருக்கு அடியான், அது மாதிரியான சம்ஸ்கிருதத்தில் இருக்கக்கூடிய பதங்கள் எல்லாம் ரொம்ப சகஜமாக அதில் ஸ்டோரிஸில் வரும். அந்த கேரக்டரில் பேர் வச்சுருப்பார். ஸோ அதெல்லாம் படிச்சுட்டு இருப்பா. அதனால ஸ்டோரிஸை படிக்கிறதுங்கிறதுல ரொம்ப ஆர்வம். பொதுவாக இப்போ ரீடிங் ஹேபிட்டுங்க இப்போ எடுத்து இல்லையா. இப்போ அதோடு இல்லை, இப்போது டெக்னாலஜி வந்ததுலேருந்து நம்ம படிக்கவே வேண்டாம், அதை போட்டால் அது மாட்டுக்கு கதை சொல்லிகிட்டு இருக்கும். ஆனால் அந்த ஸ்டோரிஸை படிக்கிறது, ஸோ அதனால ஒரு அவளுக்கு வந்து ஒரு ஈர்ப்பு சக்தி. அடுத்தது இந்த ஸ்டோரிஸை நம்ம டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணணும். அதுக்கு பிரதம சோபானம் என்ன, சின்ன இந்த ஆன்மீக மலரில் வரக்கூடியது அதெல்லாம். அப்புறம் தீபாவளி மலரில் பெரிய பெரிய இந்த ஸ்டோரிஸினுடைய இதை ஏதாவது ஒரு ஆஸ்பெக்டில் ஒரு டிஸ்கிரிப்ஷன் இருக்கும், அதை உட்காந்துட்டு படிச்சுட்டு இருப்பா, அதை டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணுவாள். ஸோ பேசிக்காக ஸ்லோகங்களை படித்தது, அது மாதிரி சங்கீத ஞானம் இருக்கிறது. இப்போ வந்து பாரதியாருடைய பாடலை டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணா அது என்ன காரணம்னா, மியூசிக் தெரிஞ்சுன்னா மாறிடும், அது மாதிரி பண்ணிட முடியும். டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணுறது இன்னும் ஈஸி, ஏன்னா அந்த ஒரு டியூன் போட்டுருவா, அதனால அந்த டியூனுக்கு வர மாதிரி பதங்களை சூஸ் பண்ணிடுவா, அதனால டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன் ஈஸி. அது மாதிரி நிரந்தர பிரயத்னம் இன்னொன்று, இவெல்லாம் ஒரு ரோல் மாடல். சின்ன குழந்தைங்கள்லாம் எந்த அளவுக்கு, ரொம்ப வசதியெல்லாம் கிடையாது, அப்போ இருக்கக்கூடியதான சூழ்நிலையில் அவ்வளோ ஃபெசிலிட்டிஸ்லாம் கிடையாது. ஆனால் அதில் இருக்கக்கூடிய ஆர்வம். இந்த பொன்னியின் செல்வனை அவள் என்ன பண்ணுவான்னா கையால், முதல்ல அம்மா என்ன பண்ணுவான்னா கையால் எழுதுவான். நிறைய நோட் புக்ஸ் இருக்கும். இந்த டைரியெல்லாம் வருது இல்லையா, நியூ இயரில் எல்லோரும் டெய்லி கொடுப்பாள்ல, அந்த டைரியெல்லாம் யூஸ் பண்ணுறது என்னடான்னா பொன்னியின் செல்வன் டிரான்ஸ்லேஷன் இருக்கும். அதில் உட்காந்து எழுதிட்டோம். அப்புறம் பின்னாடி இப்போது ரீசெண்டாக மணிமேகலையே டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணான். பட் அவள் ஒரு கண்டிஷன் போட்டா, என்னென்னா வெறும் ஹேண்ட் ரிட்டன் இல்லை, எங்களுக்கு டைப்படாக வேணும் அப்படி. அதனால உட்காந்துட்டு கம்ப்யூட்டரில் எப்படி டைப் பண்ணுறதுங்கிறத கற்றுண்டு இப்போ எல்லா ஒர்க்கையும் அவள் வந்து கம்ப்யூட்டரில் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கா. ஸோ என்ன தேவையோ அதை நான் எனக்கு தெரியாது, கம்ப்யூட்டர்னா என்னன்னு தெரியாது, ஆனால் அதை தெரிஞ்சுண்டு அதை நான் பண்ணணும் அப்படிங்கிறதான ஆர்வம். அதனால பால்ய காலத்தில் அவள் பேரண்ட்ஸு கொடுத்ததான ஒரு பேஸ், ஒரு அடித்தளம், இவளுக்கு சுயமாக இருந்ததான அந்த ஆர்வம். அடுத்தது விடாமுயற்சி, நிரந்தரமாக இப்போவும் உட்காந்துட்டு டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணிட்டு இருப்பான். அதனால அவ மாதிரி இருக்கிறவா நமக்கெல்லாம் ஒரு எடுத்துக்காட்டாக இருக்கிறா. நம்மளும் அது மாதிரியான முயற்சி பண்ணணும். இந்த குழந்தைகளும் இதெல்லாம் ஒரு ரோல் மாடல், நமக்கு ஒரு ரொம்ப அபூர்வமான விஷயங்கள் இது. அவளுக்கு எப்படி இந்த கதைகளை டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்றது. ஒன்று சொல்றேன், தமிழில் இருக்கக்கூடியதை மட்டும் அவள் வந்து சம்ஸ்கிருதத்தில் பண்ணினான்னு இல்லை, வெறும் ப்ரோஸா மட்டும் பண்ணினான்னு இல்லை, காளிதாசனுடைய மேக சந்தேசத்தை பொயட்ரி ஃபார்ம்ல டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணியிருக்கா சம்ஸ்கிருதத்தில். அதனால ஒரு ஒரு ஸ்லோகமாக டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணவும் தெரியும், அதே மாதிரி சம்ஸ்கிருதத்தில் அது ஸ்லோக ரூபமாக பண்ணவும் தெரியும், தமிழாக இருந்தாலும் அதை ஸ்லோக ரூபமாக பண்ண தெரியும். அது டேலண்ட்டை என்னால் முடியுங்கிறது தான், மயா சக்கியதே, என்னால் முடியும், நான் பண்ணி காட்டுறேன் அப்படின்னு மனசில் இருக்கக்கூடியதான ஒரு உத்வேக சக்தி. அந்த சக்தி தான் இந்த சக்தியினுடையதான சுரூபத்திலிருந்து இச்சாசக்தி, ஞானசக்தி எல்லாமே கிரியாசக்தியாக புஸ்தக ரூபங்களில் வந்துட்டு இருக்கு. அதனால அந்த சக்தி ரூபத்துக்கு நம்மளுடைய நமஸ்காரங்களை தெரிவிச்சுப்போம். நமஸ்காரம்.
Thank you, Amma. Some of the references that she gave during this session, even I couldn't catch all of them because my knowledge is limited with Tamil and Sanskrit. But what I carry from this session is an inspiration and a motivation to buy her copy and read it. For those of you who have not heard of Ponniyin Selvan, maybe you should start. Or if you've already read Ponniyin Selvan, maybe you should contact her and get her Sanskrit version and read it again. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, your journey, your process with us, Amma. If you would like to conclude with a few words, after which we will end the session with the Maheshwara Sutrani that the children would share with us.
Araji has told so many things about me. One thing what I realize is, from our language to Bhasha, any Indian language to Sanskrit, or Sanskrit to our Indian language can bring out the essence or the rasa, sentiment, what he wants to convey is little easier than going to foreign language and then bringing it to our language. Many of them what we do is, if it is in Gujarati, we take the English version and then we translate it. So it becomes diluted. We are not able to give the complete this thing. But whatever Bharat Bhashas are there, with that when we wait to Daivika Bhasha, this Deva Bhasha, Sanskrit, or Sanskrit to directly to this our Bharatiya Bhasha, it carries more effect, more essence, and make it more fruitful to the reader. That's what I feel. So I follow those things. If I don't know the language, I don't take it at all. I discuss with them. Gujarati, first I was not that much conversant, but now also I am not fully know anything, but my daughter knows, but many Gujarati friends are there. I will discuss with them and then understand, and then I translate it into Tamil. Recently I did one Kadal Oratinile, that he is a very famous Gujarati Bhatt. Enna Bhatt? Yes, Dhruva Bhatt. His name is Dhruva Bhatt. He has traveled in that seaside shore cities, stayed there, and had interrogation with those people, conversed with those people, and then understood the importance of their life and how they lead the life, what are the difficulties they face and how they overcome them. All these things are given in that one. In that one character, Aval comes. That is very important, and how one has to live in life. As RRG told, I can do it. That is the thing. She did for Satya and Dharma. That is the two things we Indian people we have in mind to get good, to lead a very good life. And then Ponniyin Selvan also, those Sorat kings, they have this Satya Dharma. For that only they are ready to leave the kingdom also to others, but they don't want to go leave the Satya and Dharma. That is the greatest thing in Ponniyin Selvan. That's what made me to accept those things. Many of the things I take, and then in the halfway I leave it because it is not acceptable for me. By God's grace, I get always such things. My first book, Karayan, also is like a story which is Hindu-Muslim unity. Like that it goes on. I have come almost 25 to 30 books I have translated. In that everything is the Satya Dharma. That is very important one. That if we follow, we will get life successful. And then what we want to have in life, and we see we get good company, good thoughts, good time to pass on. All these things comes out of our reading such good novels. That's why I took that one. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I am not giving you so many new ideas and all, but whatever I felt in my journey, I am 80 plus at least old. These children are all 8. So 3 generations gap is there even then. Even now it is available, it is acceptable and it is needed. That's why I thought I will share some thoughts with these people. Thank you, RRG also. Thank you.
Thank you. It was an honor and privilege for me to sit here and for all of us to sit here and spend this afternoon with her. Thank you all for joining. I'd like to invite the children. நீங்க மகேஸ்வர சூத்ரானி கொஞ்ச நேரத்துக்கு முன்னாடி பாடினீங்க இல்லையா? நீங்க எல்லாரும் எங்க கூட இங்க வந்து எங்களுக்கு ஒரு வாட்டி பண்ணி காமிக்க முடியுமா?
Thank you so much, Amma. Dr. Rajalakshmi ji. I think we can call her Amma, Universal Amma. And I would like to request RRG to please come to the stage, and we have a small, how can we give a gift to her, but we still have something for her, so please.